Seriously? Yo no sé ni la hora que es.
Ay, son los 12. Son los 12.
12.
Sí.
Ay, mi madre. Anoche llovió.
Un poquito.
así, ¿no? Me esfuerzo por cerrar los ojos y quedarme dormida.
Sí.
Sí.
Pero ahora tú puedes dormir sin hambre y tranquila.
Sí.
Ahora sí.
¿Y qué vas a hacer?
Descansar también,
Sí.
porque yo no dormí mucho. Sí.
Hello, what's up? Well, I'm here at my grandma's house. This is my grandma's house, and it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's perfect. It's so old and so much stuff. It's like a antique shop or a thrift store. I've been having such a fun time looking through things in the closets and all of the clothes, especially all my grandma's clothes. And, well, first of all, I need to explain some things and give you all some updates on what has changed, what the heck is going on, and what I'm doing. What am I doing? What have I been doing? I've been chilling and just settling in, and working on some things here and there, some crafts I will show you later. But how the heck did I get here? Well, in the last video I said that what did I say? I don't even remember. But I think it was something along the lines of like me and my dad going to live somewhere else. And that somewhere else was here, my grandma's house. But it's just me. It's just me and my grandma here. My dad is back at the house that I was staying in with him previously. Him and Jennifer got back together. They were separated, having some problems. But it wasn't really like their relationship. It was more of like Jennifer's daughter, not my sister, but my stepsister. Her and my dad didn't really get along, and that like caused issues, and so Jennifer felt that it was best to leave and go stay with her sister, just because it was that bad, I guess, and left my dad at the house. And then I ended up coming back earlier in December to be with my dad and to take care of him. But after a while, Jennifer she was coming and bringing my sister and staying there, and she had expressed that she wanted to come back to the house, that it was, she missed being there, and it was a little harder with being farther away because they were staying up in like the mountains. We call it el pueblito, en el campo. And she just wanted to come back to the house. And at that point, I already had my room and everything set up, and so it was kind of difficult, but I just felt like I was kind of being in the way, of things, and like I didn't want to be involved in their problems, their drama, or because I was like telling this to my little sister. Even though she's only 8 years old, she is very intelligent and self-aware, and understood me when I told her that I understood her and what she was going through, because I went through the same thing with my dad and my mom. You know, them separating, coming back together, and having to move, and just that instability. And I was just saying that I just didn't want her to go through that, and that if there was a way to like make everybody happy, you know, to bring the family back together, and then for me to be okay too. And so I was thinking that I could come live here with my grandma, because she's living in this house, or was living in this house alone for many years. This house is pretty big. It's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and she was here all alone. But she's 93 now. She's 93 years old, and she wasn't able to stay at this house alone, just because, you know, you never know if she could fall, or she's getting to that age where she's kind of like childlike again, and she needs to be taken care of. But she's very like independent, and for being 93 years old, she's still very like sharp, and is walking and active as a 93-year-old could be. This is very amazing. And yeah, so my uncle, which is my dad's brother, he would bring her to this house during the day, so she could, you know, be in her home, because that's this is where she wants to be. But during the night, he would come and pick her up, and she would stay at his house. And when I would visit them, or I would visit her, she would express that to me, that she felt uncomfortable being at their house, you know, like she felt like she was kind of in the way, or, you know, it's just not her home, you know. And so I was thinking, like, maybe I could move here. But of course I was needing to take care of my dad, because he needed me. And but yeah, everything turned out the way that it was supposed to. I believe that it was a little tense and just annoying, just like the whole situation with my dad and his partner and her daughter. What I really wanted was for the girls to be okay. Like, they're the real victims in the situation, and they deserve to have their space in their room. And I just felt so icky knowing that, like, I came here and I showed up, and now I'm taking over their room, and this having really close relationship with my dad. And I know it's not how do I explain this? I didn't mean for it to be like, I don't know. I know that it's not my fault that things happen this way, but I just still felt bad that I was like in the middle of it. And yeah, so things happened in a way where I was able to talk to my uncle and, you know, tell him the situation and ask if I could come back here, because Jennifer was wanting to come back to the house, but I had my room there. There wasn't going to be enough space because I had all my stuff, so I thought it would be a good idea to allow Jennifer to come back to the house with the girls so they can have their room back. My dad and Jennifer could be together. She will take care of him, and then I can come here, have more than enough space and room and true peace and quiet. Like, it's so peaceful here. It's so beautiful, and you know, at the house it was a little difficult because my dad likes to watch TV really loud. And we would go out and do stuff, and but it was cool that I got to live out this like little, like this different version of myself. I don't know, just having the room and the way that it was decorated and living with my dad. Like, it was very fun, but I knew that it wasn't something that I wanted long term, you know. It is what it is, you know. If Jennifer didn't want to come back, you know, I would have, of course, still been there for my dad, taking care of him, and he was providing me with the space too. But I definitely prefer it here, for sure. It's just like, because the thing is with the other house, they're renting it, and the owner of the house, she did it in a way where she like made the rent cheaper for Jennifer and the girls. So whenever she left, like it's just not my dad's house. He didn't own it, and you know, I felt uncomfortable because I was like, I don't know if the owner is going to be okay with like just me and my dad living here now. And you know, I just don't, I've lived too much of my life like feeling unstable or afraid of like having to leave my home, or like being in that survival mode, not having like a home base, a stable place that I don't have to worry about ever having to leave, or you know. So now I do have a home base. Like, this is my home, my new home now, and I have 3 rooms that I can use, but I'm using this room, which is actually my dad's childhood bedroom. Yeah, this is the house that my dad grew up in. My dad had a really good childhood. He had a normal childhood, and he had a childhood home, but for my mom, it was different. My mom grew up very poor, and you know, lots of like toxicity and not a good environment. And yeah, it's just interesting to like learn more about like my family and the dynamic, and more about my dad and his side of the family, because for the majority of my life, you know, I wasn't connected to my dad's side of the family. He wasn't really involved or part of my life for so many years. And yeah, just like learning about my family is helping me learn more about myself. And it's just really so surreal and beautiful that I get to like have that like missing half of my part of myself, I guess, just like fulfilled, and that I get to live out, you know, things that I missed out on when I was in my childhood. I get to live that out now. And every decision that I've made, the way that I've lived my life up until now, has been so that I could do this, so that I could be in this position where I am, so that I could have the freedom to be able to fulfill those dreams and those, you know, childhood wounds, and to heal that. And I wake up so grateful and just so proud of myself, and just so thankful to God that like everything is worked out, and that I'm here, and that I'm okay, and that I have a home base, and that I'm safe, and that I get to be surrounded by my family. Like, it can't get any better than this. Like, there's literally nowhere else I'd rather be right now. And I'm still so young, you know, so it's not like feel like I need to rush things, or that I need to like settle down, or I just feel like I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And things turned out so much better than I could have imagined. Because literally like a year ago, like when I first started this channel, I thought that I was going to be, I was alone, had been alone, and working a job for years, and living by myself, whether that was my own place or roommates or boyfriend, just very unstable and just trying to survive. And then it got to a point where I just didn't want to do it anymore, and I just wanted to live in a car and just be as free as can be, not have to pay for rent, or work a job. If I could, I tried to figure out a way, to profit off of my crafts, of my art, because I've always been an artist. This is always what I wanted to do. And then I thought that I was going to live in a car, and that's what I was going to do. I was on track to do that, but so much has changed in the past year, and my life has done like a 360, and it's like seeing where I'm at now and getting to like take care of my grandmother and be close to my dad and my dad's side of the family, and like I would so much rather it be this way than me living in a car alone. Who knows what could have happened to me, or if that would have even worked out, So like, it's just so amazing. And I'm just glad that I trusted the process. Like really, truly just trusted that things were going to work out. And they did. And I'm here. And I have a bedroom, beautiful bedroom. And I have the room next over on the other side is my craft room. I have a separate area where I can work and not have to work in my bedroom. Like, this is a bedroom. This is where I sleep. I can have a total different area with all my crochet stuff, and I want to get a sewing machine eventually and just have that be like my work room. Then the other room I don't use. It's just kind of empty. So I guess that could be like a guest bedroom, for when whoever wants to come over. And then my grandma is occupying the master bedroom. It has its own bathroom. It's really nice and very beautiful. But yeah, I'm just like, wow. I'm just so glad that I kept going and that I didn't give up and that I made it this far and that I'm here in this home that is my home, and that I get to take care of my grandma in her, last years of life. And we've gotten so close, and she's like a roommate, but the best roommate that I've ever had. Like, literally, the best roommate. I've had a lot of roommates in my life, lived with a lot of people, different people, and she by far is the best person that I've lived with. She's just like me. We're very similar in the way that we like things clean and organized, and our diet, our routine, our love of like plants, and we just really like each other's company. Like, we can just sit in silence and it not be awkward or weird. Like, we get each other, and I just need to make sure that she's fed, which I love to cook, and I love cooking for others, especially if they like things like me, like whole foods and healthier, like home cooked meals and vegetables and fruits, and yeah, just very nourishing and nutritious foods. And she eats it all up. She eats every single bite. Like, she's never, like, everything that I've cooked, she's eaten it all. And it just makes me so happy that she's being well fed, and that I get to feed myself too. And I love cooking. So yeah, just cooking for her. And we have a grocery store that's very, like, it's literally walking distance. I've walked through the grocery store to get fresh produce, because my dad has kept the car. I don't have a car yet, but honestly, I don't really need one. It's not a necessity right now. And actually, I want to get a mountain bike. I'm going to get a mountain bike before I get a car, because I just want to be able to, like, at least bike around, you know? That'll be good exercise, and then I can also bike to the store so I don't have to walk. I really want to get back into mountain biking, because there's so many awesome mountain biking trails around here. So that's, like, my next goal, is to get a mountain bike. I want to get a sewing machine. Like, now that I have a space and a home base, I can do so much, and so much, like, actually think about and have the space and capacity to think about how I really want to live my life, and the habits I want to build and the habits I want to get rid of. And right now that I have, like, a safe space and a safe environment, I just want to focus on, like, my health and my craft and my family. Like, those are the things that I'm really just focusing on. And it's really such a blessing that I get to be able to put all the energy that I would have in surviving into, like, cultivating a beautiful life, like, and just a routine, a healthy routine, and getting to expand more, have room to grow. And I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to do, and other type forms of art, and I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm still settling in and allowing myself to just kind of match that level of, like, peace, you know, allow my body to regulate and to kind of calm down before I really start getting into, like, projects, because I've been trying to teach myself and allow myself to not rush things and to take it slow, and to remind myself and my body that I'm okay, that I'm safe, that I don't need to rush, I don't need to worry or stress. And that feels so good. And I'm just like allowing myself to be in that energy, and to be in this energy, and to just do whatever the heck I want to do, what I've been wanting to do, you know, for so long. And that feels really good. And I'm so grateful that my dad is okay. He's taken care of. He's back with his partner. You know, they love each other so much, and he's getting along with, you know, her daughter, and that my sister has, you know, her space in her home. She loves the cats. And she really missed being in that house. And now she has her space again, and her cats, and her sister, my stepsister, is doing hopefully better and feels better. And I can, you know, I still hang out with my dad, like, now that I've been here for like a week or two, I think. I kind of figured out what my grandma's routine and what she does, and like, I'll make sure that we have breakfast. We'll spend the morning together, but then after like 12 o'clock in the afternoon is when she'll usually go take a nap or rest or tend to little things, like outside, or just like organizing things. She likes to move furniture around just so things are like different, which I don't mind at all, because I like that too. You don't want to keep things the same all the time, because that creates like stagnant energy. And I'll help her with that, or, you know, I'll let her know. I just got to communicate and be like, hey, I'm going to go out with my dad. I'll be home in a few hours, and she can be alone, but I will feel comfortable from like 12 p.m. to like 6 or 7 p.m. being able to like do my own thing and go out if I choose, and knowing that she's going to be okay, and just make sure that I come home in time to like have dinner and then be here so that she's not up like waiting for me, because I'm just not the type of person to party and go out and stay up late and come home late. I don't like doing that anymore, and I just don't see the point in doing that, because I don't have friends here, you know, I don't know people here, so, and I'm happy with being alone. Like, I'm just really soaking up all this time and all this peace and quiet, because I know it's not going to be this way forever. And I'm just the type of person, you can tell, it's pretty obvious that I grow and evolve and change very quickly. And so, who knows, but I know that I'll be here for a while. This place is pretty stable. Like, I know that this is my home base. At least my like my home base won't change. It's just nice that I still get to like live my life, but also like have this space, and then also be there for my family. So yeah, I've been hanging out with my dad during those times, and it can be any day, you know, so I can see him whenever I want, hang out with him whenever I want. And if we end up staying out later, or I'm gonna be gone for a few days, like now my brother is, that's another thing, oh my gosh. Okay, I'll get to that later, but yeah, like my uncle and my aunt-in-law, they were taking care of my grandma before I came here and was able to be here full time with her, and she could stay here full time. But anytime that I'm gonna be gone or out later, I can just call them up or text them and be like, hey, I'm gonna be out later, can you come and get, you know, grandma? And they live like 5-minute drive away from here. They're so close, so they can just drive over here, pick her up, and take her back home, and then she's good. So it's not like I'm stuck here. So it's just, everything is like so perfect. Everything has fallen into place so beautifully, like seriously, like just in time for the Lunar New Year, because we're still in the year of the snake, you know? So yeah, it just makes sense that there's still changes and things and shedding, but now, like just in time for the new year, like I'm set, you know, like I'm set. Yeah, and I feel very confident in saying that. Like I know that I'm okay. Like this is my home. I'm here, and this is where I will be until I'm not here. You know, I don't have to stay here. I can leave. I'm not tied to anybody or anything. With my dad, it was difficult because, you know, he was alone, but now he's not. And, you know, my uncle and my aunt-in-law can take care of my grandma, but it's just very cool that I get to be here and not only take that weight off of their shoulders, but also be in a place where it feels like like I truly belong here, like I truly deserve to be here. Or not deserve, but like, you know, this is my dad's home, childhood home. This is my family's home, you know. It's not like it's owned by somebody else. So it's just totally different and so much better. And yeah, I'm not worried at all. And it's going to take a while for me to get used to that, like regulating my nervous system. And yeah, I'm so excited for this new year and for the future, and to see what I get up to and what I will achieve here. And yeah, it's just so many doors are opening up, and so many possibilities, and it's hard for me to find the words to like describe and explain everything, but that's pretty much basically what's going on and how things are now. And I don't want y'all to worry about me. Just know that I'm here because of you too. Like, all the support and the donations and like you interacting with my videos and watching me, and your belief in me and words of encouragement. I'm just truly here because of this channel and because of you watching. Like, my successes are also your successes. They're yours successes as much as they are mine, and I need you to know that. Financially, I've been okay. Like, I've been doing so good to where I was able to buy a ticket for my brother to come here to Puerto Rico, Jack. And Ana Eva, he's bringing his daughter, my niece, Ana Eva, tomorrow. He's going to be here tomorrow. And I was able to buy him a plane ticket because I want my brothers to experience this too, and to experience Puerto Rico and to see my grandma. I want my grandma to meet her great-granddaughter. And I'm able to do this because of y'all. You know, like, I know that I brought myself here, and, you know, I did most of the work to be able to do this, but I truly wouldn't be able to get this far if it wasn't for people like you who support me and help me and believe in me. And I just want to give back, you know. And it feels really good to receive as much as I have given. For so much of my life, I gave and gave and gave and barely received. And now I'm receiving so much. And it's been hard for me to accept help and to ask for help. I've always struggled with that, just from being hyper independent from a very young age. But I'm learning that it's okay to ask for help and to accept help, because I don't have to do this whole life thing alone, and nor do I want to anymore. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I'm excited to see my brother and to see Ana Eva. And little by little, I'm going to bring my family. You know, I want my mom to come here at least to visit too, and, you know, Victor and Michael, my other two brothers. I'm not going to forget about them. You know, I want to continue being humble and to give and receive, you know, not to just receive, but make sure that I'm okay first and that I'm good so that I can then help others and give back to others. And yeah, y'all are helping me do that. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, I owe you guys a lot. Like, at least in the sense of like making sure that because you are choosing to interact with me and believe in me and even give me money, Like, my relationship with money has also changed and evolved. I don't see it as like a physical, materialistic, transactional thing, purely that anymore. It's, to me now, money is like a energetic currency, and like money is a powerful tool that allows me to change my circumstances and to, you know, make something new or better, and to help others as well. So I just want my life to continue to reflect that for y'all, at least. That's like the way that I can repay you, is to just make sure that my life reflects that. And with that, I think it's already 36 minutes that I've been talking. Yeah, it's just a lot to say. I know, it's a lot. I'm always going through so much. But that's where this is where I'm at right now, and yeah, that's the update. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something. I hope that maybe it brought you some peace or solace or inspired you. That's why I make these videos, not only to document like my life and to remember these times, but to also inspire y'all and encourage y'all. It's just really cool that I have been given this life and this channel and all these opportunities. Like, I just want to keep doing good, you know, putting all this energy into good things, and to give back as much as I can. As much as I receive, I want to also give. So I will continue doing that. I will continue updating y'all and sharing, you know, what I'm doing. Hopefully things will be a little more structured now once I figure out, like, I don't know, just once I'm settled here. But yeah, I'm about to go on a run. That's why I'm wearing this. I don't know, it just felt like a good time to just sit down and tell you all of this before my brother comes, because that's going to be more like footage, and I already have so much footage accumulated. It's about time that I like wrapped up this video and put it out there so that I can have room for, you know, more footage and stuff. So just seemed like a good time right now. My grandma's in her room napping, and yeah, I'm gonna go on a run, and then I'm gonna come back and edit this video. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. I love you so much. Thank you, and God bless. Blessed be. Yes, blessings to all of you. And yeah, thank you for being here. I will see you in the next video. Peace. Peace. Peace and love.